right, so Mara's car, her yellow BMW M3, has always had cooling issues, like literally since she's owned it. And she's owned it for like 10 years. So there's just been times where it's like overheated a bunch, and she always thought it was like the radiator and whatever, like stuck thermostat, all these different like possibilities. So a couple of years ago, or a year ago or so, we put a new Mishimoto radiator in it. Jeez, the roads are something, huh? We put a new radiator in it, you know, Mishimoto thermostat, aluminum thermostat housing. Like, there was always these issues with like the plastic thermostat housings and so on and so forth. But anyways, with that being said, she's driven the car a ton. She's put like lots of miles on it. She used to drive for work, and she used to drive like 1,000 miles a week for work, and she drove the M. That was like her daily. I mean, she would drive it from Albany to Scranton, Pennsylvania, like back and forth every week, which is like a few hour drive. It's like 3 hours or whatever. So that being said, you know, she's also done some track days and, you know, blew radiator hoses off of it. So, you know, it was always been like something I thought I screwed up, like, you know, something was rubbing on the radiator hose or just whatever. And I know it sounds kind of dumb to say, oh, it's always my fault, but I thought it was my fault. But regardless, there's just been overheating issues this whole time. So the last time it happened, you know, she was at the track, and it's a funny story. She was driving around the track, and, you know, it was at Lime Rock, and she was having a really good day. And she's like, you got to get in the car with me. You know, I'm so much better than I was. So I get in the car, and she was on like the autocross track there, the little, like the smaller track. And, you know, first lap, the car like gets super loose, and, you know, she like almost spins and doesn't, saves it. And then the next corner, same exact thing happens. And she's like, she was so mad because she was driving so well, and then the car was just super loose. And she's like, what did she say? She's like, some jerk's car is putting oil all over the track. And then like the next corner, it happened again, and I started to smell coolant. And I'm like, Mary, I think you gotta pull over. I think you're the one putting stuff on the track. So that's what it was. It blew a radiator hose off. And what we realized is that when she's kind of beating on it, it's pressurizing. There's exhaust gases that are getting into the coolant system. So I don't know if it's like a cracked head, a blown head gasket. I mean, I don't know. So long story short, we pulled the head off, and I'm just now getting to the machine shop. I'm gonna have them check it and just take it apart, Magnaflux it, basically put it back together. We'll do new valve seals, just rebuild the head. And, you know, look at that guy. Jesus, muscle man. I couldn't do that. But yeah, we're just gonna go through this head and make sure it's good, and then put it back together, and hopefully her car will be perfect. So anyways, wish us luck. This is Mara's work truck. It's the Bronco. Jack's got Phil Collins going, and the A-pillar is all finished up, pretty much. If you remember what this looked like, and in here, Jack, get that light right in front of you. Ah, this light. So where are you going next? Like, what's your next? I mean, obviously it's gonna be rocker, but like, you know, there's issues back here. Are you gonna get into this first and fix this before you do the rocker?
Actually, that's probably gonna be the last thing I do.
Okay.
Probably the next thing I'm gonna do is just a little bit of, I have a little bit to fix in here.
Okay.
A little bit of welding and filling holes and that kind of stuff.
All right.
After that, I gotta start fitting the inner rocker channel and the this piece in here, the bulkhead to
Oh, the
cover.
piece that goes kind of in here. Yeah.
I'm
The
not
piece
entirely
with the louvers on it.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on the way things go together because it was so rusted taken apart, so I'm gonna have to play with it and figure out the order of what's supposed to go where.
Yep. Yeah, this looks awesome, Jack. Really, really
I'm
good.
gonna have to trim and maybe put some flanges on here to go into the inside of the rocker panel, but I haven't gotten there yet.
Cool. Well, this looks sick, doesn't it? Great work. Well, that's one piece of the puzzle that's kind of,
Very important piece.
it's an important piece, but it's pretty much finished.
I just want to put the door on to make sure that the
Nothing
the
moved.
gaps here didn't change. I opened the, I use my slide hammer to open this up, pull it out a little bit so it'll fit and line up when I put the new fender skin on.
Cool. So up, you know, there's still, this is done, but this is not done up here. How are you gonna address, like, what's your plan with addressing this stuff?
Well, basically, this air box is gonna get attention. Probably removed and replaced because you can see it's starting to poke, some holes poking through it. I know it's gonna be 10 times worse on the inside. This panel, you can put your hand right down inside. There's a giant hole on the top. There's some scabby repairs up here, some rot. I didn't finish up here because all this needs to be done and I wasn't gonna do that yet. So I'm gonna wait because this piece on the outside will need to get replaced.
Oh,
So
right.
when I cut this out,
You'll be able to
replace that, I'll be able to get inside of here.
Yep.
Do a
That
nice
makes
job.
sense. Yeah, it's not it's not like this fender comes off. This is, you know, welded. This is the car.
Yeah, you can see where the section line is right here, where they welded it from the factory.
Yep. Yeah, so when you cut all this out, that'll give you access to up there.
Yeah, after I take all the ducting out, I can fix that inner panel the way it should be.
Sweet. I'll let you get back to it.